Son of a... I originally wanted like a total, like bombed out fixer-upper, but I'm really lucky that we didn't get that. Like this place just it was mostly finished stuff, and it's just so much more work than I realized. Place that I know my job. My full name is Todd Baxter.
Sorry.
And I'm a photographer. Damn it. I moved out from Chicago to LA, December, January, February, 9 months ago with Aubrey and Eleanor, my wife and dog. So I think the house closed around November something, but then we had the Astoria Test 1 show going up in Chicago. So we had to postpone moving in and just work on the show. Maybe what I'll do first is look at what it looks like I might need. Aubrey's done the rest of the doors, but I'm going to tackle the front door hopefully with some of her help. So that'll probably be maybe hammer, crowbars too. Pliers, if that's for real. Flathead. Okay, so flathead, hammer, pliers. The kind of photography I do, I don't think, a lot of times I don't think of it as photography. Because like I never intended to be a photographer, and I feel like I'm using the camera to make images, and it's one of the big tools, but it's kind of just like one little part of a bigger process. Yeah, I love fixing stuff.
Jesus, mother Christ.
I really like working with materials and building stuff.
Sucking mother. Yeah, I'm probably driving somebody that knows how to do it. It's so crazy.
What do you hate about art? When I went to college and was doing a lot of paintings where I was gluing collage pieces down onto a gessoed panel and then using oil paints to kind of paint the whole image together. I think after I moved to Chicago, I was still doing painting and drawings and some small drawings. And I guess I got kind of burnt out on it. I wasn't showing them, or people weren't seeing them. And yeah, like kind of the notion, and when me and my friends were in art school, of commercial work being the selling out kind of notion. I let go of that, I think, pretty early on. Once I started working in advertising and kind of seeing the commercial potential of digital photography, I was able to kind of merge the kind of image making from the paintings and drawings, utilizing digital photography and Photoshop to have a kind of a commercial level quality feel to the images. So it's like I was still doing the same image ideas, but using this kind of more commercial look. And I was able to kind of use those to get work, and so I felt like I was still making art, but making a living at the same time, which is nice. I mean, having just moved to LA and bought a house, definitely at a stage where we have to take every job that we get, which is at worst, I mean, it's cool, you still have work, and I'm still doing like photography stuff. It keeps me in practice, even if I'm not at the moment able to make artwork. Owl Scouts was the first kind of series project I did. Around 2006 or 7 is when I moved in with my friend Anders Nelson. He was making graphic novels for several years, and then after I moved in with him, you know, in his studio, he was working on his Big Questions books and would have all the pages of the narrative up on the walls as he was working on it. So I think seeing his images telling more of a bigger story. And then my other best friend in Chicago is Joe Mino, who's an amazing novelist. So I think just between Anders and Joe, like storytelling started to sink in a little bit more.
Glue some wood pieces in.
All the old hardware is gone, and all the new hardware is yet to be applied. And the old hardware was like this big metal block. So basically the door is kind of hollow. At the hardware store, got there at 6:30 and they were closed. So we went and got some Mexican food and then went to Home Depot. I guess I don't have to plug Home Depot. We got some like 1x1s that we're gonna kind of wedge in there. They seemed to be about the perfect fit. And then got home and we were all too tired. So we used the couch as kind of as the lock to keep the bad people out. Lazy or very weak burglars. It's hard to fix doors when you're drunk. Like this project I'm working on now, like the seeds of those ideas go back 10, 15 years. It's definitely about what was going on in the world with the space race and architecture and just the whole kind of feeling like we were entering this new future, and somehow it turned into the Astoria thing, which is about 50 times bigger than Alice Scouts, which will probably last me the next 20 years. I don't regret trying to replace the hardware. I think it's going to look nice in the end. I'm an optimist. Look at that plane. You've never looked like Rick Moranis, baby.